This is a full-on jungle bushcraft build, and I'm reacting to a solo girl who decides that flat ground is overrated and her new home is going up in the trees. She's got no power tools, no crew, just a hatchet, some rope, and a crazy amount of patience. For the next few minutes, we're going to watch how she turns a few rough trees into a raised shelter you could actually sleep in during a storm. Most of us struggle to set up a simple tent, and she's out here trying to build a solid platform high off the ground before the day is over. The challenge is simple: can she cut, lash, floor, roof, and finish an entire tree shelter in just one day, with nothing but hand tools and what the forest gives her? One mistake with the frame or the roof, and this thing either collapses or leaks all night. First thing she does is use her hatchet to notch into standing trees so they can lock in the main beams instead of just hanging on rope. Those cuts look small, but they're what stop the whole platform from sliding down the trunk once she climbs on it. Then she starts lashing thick horizontal logs to those trees, pulling the rope tight so everything acts like one solid frame instead of a bunch of loose poles. Now the fun part, turning that open frame into a real platform. She lays smaller logs side by side across the main beams, adjusting each one so there are no big gaps where a foot could slip through in the dark. You can see her testing it with her weight as she goes, making sure it doesn't bounce or twist, because once this is done, this floor has to hold her, her gear, and probably a fire pot or cooking setup. With the floor looking solid, she starts throwing up the roof frame by adding more poles above the platform and tying them into the same trees. She angles them so rain will actually run off instead of pooling on top and soaking through later. By the time she's done, there's a full skeleton of a shelter up in the air, vertical trees, a tight platform, and a low, sloped frame just waiting for cover. Here's where it gets satisfying. She heads into the jungle, grabs big green leaves that look like palm fronds, and starts layering them onto the roof frame like natural shingles. She overlaps them heavily so every layer covers the one below, which is how you stop water from sneaking in when it starts pouring. Leaf by leaf, the bare poles turn into a thick green roof that already looks cooler than most camping tents. By the end of the day, you can see the whole setup: a raised wooden platform with a full leaf roof, a simple log ladder leaning up so she can climb in and out, and a separate low log structure on the ground that looks perfect for cooking or storage. The whole thing blends into the jungle so well that from a distance it almost disappears into the trees. And remember, this was all done solo. If you want more raw jungle builds and survival reactions like this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.